Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Foreign Football Forecast. This is your co-host, Patrick Monaghan, and I'm with my co-host, Harris, and our guest, Rui. How are you guys doing?
Doing very good, Patrick. Thank you. Doing very good, Patrick. We're very excited to be on a call today with our friend all the way from Lisbon, Lisboa.
No, I'm a little bit up in Portugal. I'm Figueira da Foz. It's like the middle of Portugal. I'm fine. This season for Benfica was a bit messy, a bit weird, but here we are, new season starting. So let's go.
Very
Absolutely.
good, very good. By the way, you have a very nice jersey, and we like that.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Patrick.
No, I was going to say, so, we're looking at the season has kind of just concluded and everything. And I guess first thing I was kind of wanted to really maybe chat is, what did you think about it all? How did you think the season went, and how are Benfica fans kind of evaluating everything?
It was a bit messy season, but starting with the beginning of the season, it was very good. We had our former manager Bruno Lage was very good. He started in January. We were 7 points behind Porto, and we got a fantastic season. And we were all excited to start the season with him. He was a very, very cool guy, speaking very good with the press. He was our guy because he had a lot of years in academy in Seychelles, and when he got up, we all get excited because he put our team playing very nice, very offensive style. We got a game, we won 10-0, so it was a good start. And in the beginning of the season, we won our rival Sporting 5-0 in the Super Cup, and we got all our expectations high, and we start very fine the season, winning all games unless one game against Porto, our biggest rivals right now. A very poor game with no kicks on goal, shots on goal, and we got our eyes open to that because Champions League 2 we got no good results against bigger teams, so it was hard. We were winning games against weak teams, and it's a bit shame not winning big games unless Sporting, but here in Portugal Sporting is a little bit down. So then we got this pandemic stuff. We were our performing was going down, and we all get mad. We withdraw like 3 games in a row with a loss in the Europa League, and it was like a roller coaster before the pandemic, and then after the pandemic it was very bad. We don't know what to say. It was very bad because we think our players made on purpose to get our coach fired, and we can accept that in Benfica. We cannot lose games with rivals, with Porto, on purpose. We can. It's very bad, and we lost our last game against Porto again, +1 on the field with 2-3 shots on goal. It was very bad. I got very, very angry. I was on holidays. I get very angry. My girlfriend was sleeping. I woke her up. I got my t-shirt off, my scarf off, and I was like crying, sit on the floor. It was very bad, very shameful, and
But you really think the players lost the game intentionally, though? I mean, for me, there's a lot of things that happened during the COVID situation. A lot of players was at home. There were a lot of confusion in the world overall with this pandemic, right? So maybe they didn't have the right mindset, approaching the games. So, what make you think it was their fault, right? Because as a player, you always want to win the league regardless. And Benfica already was on top. I think Benfica and Porto had maybe 2-point differences before that, not a lot. And they came back and they lost. So how would you explain that?
we talk. We have very different ideas, but the most thought idea here is when in winter break, when we got the winter transfers,
Yes.
we purchased the Julian Weigl from Dortmund, a big player. We talked about we got a lot of midfielder players, and then another one come to the club, and he is like a bigger star than the actual players. And we talked that some key players of our squad since the beginning, also players like Pizzi, André Almeida, Rafa, that control the locker room, the expression,
Yeah.
the bigger players in the squad, they all got mad because of the salary that Julian Weigl is getting. And since he started playing, our team performance got very, very, very poor. And some guys say that Julian Weigl is not player for Benfica and that stuff. He is our best player. He's very good, and I think the players try to kick him out. To Weigl have bad performance and then sell it like Raul de Tomás. And when they try to play good and have a good performance as a team, they couldn't do it anymore because all the morale was poor. So we have an expression here that I can translate, but it was a bit suspicious, around all the players. We got players that weren't so good psychology.
Yes.
Like Seferovic was our best striker last year, and this year he scored a goal and shot the fans and things like that show us that they are not with us. We are there to support them, and when they are that way with us, we can't do anymore. So my answer is, I think they made on purpose, because here in Benfica we have a good structure behind them. We have a lot of people that work to give the players all the good stuff. They just think on playing and having good results. Benfica is fantastic in that way, and I don't know. They in the starting after the pandemic, the games after, we had all to pass Porto and play good, and they didn't play well. They were just there.
Yeah.
One question, though, that I have about this whole situation is this has kind of occurred recently where there was issues with the fans attacking players in Sporting, and then, you know, just in general, was the reason that there was issues with Julian just because of the salary, or did they feel that he was trying to go and take their place? Because, you know, Benfica's traditionally been a sellers club. So I would think that from the fans' perspective and the team's perspective, they would see it as we're acquiring a top-notch player and we're taking things seriously and trying to send, you know, maybe perform better in Champions League. So what was the perspective from the fans? Were they just mad, or because this whole situation just makes no sense to me, that the players would be upset about acquiring a top-notch player?
Uh, you're right. Me and the other fans, we got excited with the arrival of Julian Weigl. He's a top player that is supposed to bring us the best game to the Champions League, because in the last 2-3 years we had really poor performance because our president want to put the younger kids playing to they grow, but not grow sporting in the field, growing as a player. He only wants to sell them. He sell us the idea that we are playing more youth, but his idea is only selling our players, and with that mentality we can't go far on Champions League. We can't, because they don't have experience, we don't win games, and we don't have the fame that we had before. So this is like a roller coaster, and we got kicked out of Champions League. We were on the Europa League, and when Julian Weigl arrived, we were in the 16th knockout of the Europa League, and we are not playing that good. And I think the players, it's not like Weigl coming and taking out the place of that players that I mentioned before, because they are from another positions in the field. I think it's the closed mentality of the players that it's a bit hard to explain. They think themselves as the top players of Benfica, and they are the best, and they give us the best game. So, but they are not really the best guys. They only play when they think they want to play, you know. It's it's for me, and for my perspective, it's a poor mentality of our players, and a lot of the supporters saying that this year we have to kick off of the squad because they don't deserve to play in Benfica. They don't honor our symbol. They don't honor the shirt. They are just getting richer. We were the only team in Portugal that the players received all the salary. Even Porto had to ask for financial help to a German bank. Yes, Porto didn't have the money to pay the players, and we kept the salary all to the players. We didn't cut anything, and we were the poorest squad in the returning of the league.
So you're talking about mostly during COVID, right? So, but you guys had some financial stability and able to pay the players at 100% during COVID. Okay. Wow,
Because
that's good.
in January we had you know, when the president show us the finance of the year.
Yes.
And he said we had the best year ever in the history of the club, with most I don't know, revenue. We were richer. It was the time we were richer in the history of the club, because we sold João Felix.
João Felix, I was about to say that. That helps a lot.
Perfect transition, even.
But we suffered a lot with the departure of João Felix.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. And before that, of Raul Jimenez too, right? So, but what's your expectation for Benfica as a fan? Do you really think, because the fan has different expectations than the owner, based on what you just said. The fan want Benfica to keep winning, to become to being again a top club in Europe, right? Just like the time of Eusebio, or even early 2000 with Nuno Gomes and Simao, you know. So I think you guys trying to be back at that level, but I don't think the new president, the owner, has the same ambition. You still want to grow new players and sell them, you know, like he did with Joao Felix and also with Raul Jimenez. What do you think?
Right now, it's our main topic. We were all discussing, debating.
Yes.
In October we have elections, and I think we are all against our current. It's not owner, it's our president, because the supporter have 51% of the club.
Okay.
And our current president, it's he's a bit it's not confused, but the message he passed to us is very confusing, because he says in the next 5-10 years we have to win the Champions League, right? And you say, as a supporter, okay, that's a good objective, and let's try to fight it, and we are on the stands supporting the team. But then he sell all our main players. I know we are a selling club, and that's very true, and I know, but we have to keep some players. And in the world, if you go see any club in the world, you don't find any club that only survives bringing new players, young players from your formation team. There is no club in the world that with only youth can win the Champions League. We can talk about Ajax and Barcelona, but
Lyon even.
It's very difficult, because if you talk about Barcelona, you have Xavi. In that time, you had Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Busquets, Piqué, Puyol. It was all good players, and you see now how Barcelona is going. They are not going anywhere. And Ajax, they got semi-final in the Champions League. They sold Ziyech, De Jong, and where are them? We are not better. We are not better. We just got 4 points in Champions League, but they are not better than us. They sold all the players, and their team is just like mine, you know.
Are you sure? I mean, you're not able to
Sheesh.
beat Leipzig in the Champions League, but Leipzig has a lot of young players as well.
Uh, 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 yes, but Leipzig has had they
They have Red
they
Bull in the
have
background.
they
Red
have
Bull's financing it.
that mentality, you know, that mentality that we don't have. We have a lot of supporters, but we don't have a lot of this.
It's funny you said that because I mean we had this debate on a lot of our podcasts now. You know, what's the new viable or economical model for a team to be a top contestant in his own league and also in the European leagues, right? And we think it's a mixed strategy. We've been from based on what we've been the debate we've been having on the podcast. You know, the number one, the team needs to still form young players like Joao Felix, you know, that came like who are very good. You still need to produce a lot of talent, and the best one will definitely play. But what we realized is they still need a lot of investment into a lot of the teams, right? You got to buy players, you got to acquire the best players, so that the team can compete at a higher level. Because now in football, there's so much investment in football that if you're not able to jump on that train, it's much more difficult to start with the young guys, you know, and that has to be a golden generation of young guys who can
Yes.
really play and take you to the top. But after that year, most of them usually go because they want to play somewhere else. Because
Yes.
the team are not able to pay them their salary.
And the best example that I have, it's in the United States. You have like American football and basketball.
Yes.
Every year you have a draft where you pick the youngest guys and the best guys, and you know. But the teams, they get 1, 2, 3 players. I don't know if it's more, but you have your core team like
Yep.
Lakers. They have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and then they got three young players. They
Yep.
put them in the team with the older the other guys that teach them the values of the club and how to play better, to do better. In football, it's the same. You have to have a core team that it's the core, you know, and the other players they go around and then they can starting the core, and we have to do that. We can't sell every good player that plays 6 months good in the club and then they are sold. This isn't good for the team.
One question I have is this though. If you have players like recently Nelson Semedo, Ruben, Sanchez, like Renato Sanchez, I'm sorry. If you have these types of players, number one, do they want to stay with the club? And number two, how do you retain some of your talent? Not saying you have to keep everyone, but how do you at least keep some of the players so you can have a veteran leadership? Obviously, with Joao, you had to sell him. That money was too much. But some of the others, how do you keep them and then build a team that's able to compete in Champions League while still winning the league?
It's very easy to response. How do I put all the stuff together? The first one, winning the Portuguese league, it's our main objective, but it's a very easy objective to achieve because our league is very poor, but it's very I know all the stuff around the league and the referees and this stuff, and it's very bad. But winning the Portuguese league is so easy, you know.
Is it that really easy? I mean, you have to beat Porto. I have to admit, that's the only opponent you have. So, sometimes Sporting Lisbon.
Yes,
right? So
but
That's true.
you only have to be constant in the league. If you want the other teams, unless Sporting and Porto, you have like 85% of chance to winning the league. And then if you beat Porto, then home, you can lost away. I don't like that, but we can lost away with Porto. We still got that chance of winning the league. It's that poor league. If you go see in England, they Liverpool now, it's not a best example, but like Manchester City got like 5, 6, 10 defeats and still second and playing very good football. You have teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Wolves that can win Liverpool, that can win the top teams. Here in Portugal, that's not how do you say, normal to
for that to happen.
To happen. So the best way of retaining our formation kids, it's with a better salary, and we have I have to say, behind all the playing stuff, our club structural, behind all the playing is very good. We have all kind of support to players. They only have to just to think how they will play. It's that easier. And the best way of retaining our kids, it's going far in the Champions League, and we have some way to go better in the Champions League. But if you have a good job in Champions League, if you go far, the kids see, okay, I want to play in my home club and be famous and win stuff, and then we can sell. We can sell one or two guys, but they it's like self-motivation. And I give my example. If I was a player, if I was not forced to go out and being the better player in Benfica, I will never go out, never, because I'm Portuguese. I know the language. It's my club. I'm the best player. So what can I ask more?
Big fish in a small pond.
Yes,
but like
Eusebio. Like Eusebio, he was the best player in the world with good teammates. He never left. He had everything.
But at that time, you have to remember, Benfica was already a top team in the European League at a time, and then their story start going down. Like right now, if I'm a young player coming, and even if I'm from Benfica, like, I'm from there, I love the team I'm playing, I really have to be. There's not a lot of players like Francesco Totti anymore, like who stays in their team, who struggle, who fight. Number one thing that penalize you, La Liga Primares is not the top league, in Europe, right? We're like number 6,
maybe
right? You competed against the Netherlands, right? Exactly, 6 or 7. So that's one thing. Second thing, Benfica does not have the glory of the past, right? You're not winning every time. And third, that really plays against you, the power of attraction of the other league. Every kid wants to play in the Premier League one time. Like look at Ruben Neves, right? Going to Wolverhampton in second league. Rui Patricio, like, I mean, go to Wolverhampton.
You know of the story of Rui Patricio, right? Why he left Sporting.
Yeah, because of the
fans attacked them.
Scandals. Yeah. But that's what's gonna happen. You guys attack your players too, like.
That's an incident that I want to speak, and I'm all against that stuff. You know, I have to say that it was a group of 3, 4, like 10 guys that were all mad with the draw, and it was a plus situation, like we say here. It was a situation that began in January, and we got all mad because Porto lost, and we draw home with Tondela. What the hell? And they got mad, and they attacked. We still today we don't know if was our club supporters or Sporting supporters, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Attacking players, it's very bad for our club, our players, our image outside of Portugal. You know, Julian Weigl was all scared, and with reason. You know, he got attacked, bomb attack in Dortmund, and then he goes here to Portugal, the secure country, and he talked all good about Portugal, and then he got attacked with the rock in the bus. It's all bad to us. It's a very poor image outside Portugal.
Yeah, I agree. I like what you say that, you know, it's tough because players have a lot of pressure regardless of what we said. You know, they're paying a lot of money, that's true. But in my case, I like to defend them. Sometimes they work hard for those money. Those guys, they've been training for 5 years old, just playing football, all the sacrifices that they did, you know, and they play for the fans and they love it. Sometimes some have bad mindset, that's true, but you know, we all do, right? But attacking anyone, right, just violence, unnecessary violence, it's not good, and it affects players. And I saw when he almost lost his eyes. I think that was
it was Zivkovic, right?
Zivkovic. Okay, Zivkovic. Yeah, I saw the video when they talk. I was like, oh my god, like this is just after COVID, like what's going on? You know, I mean. It was tough.
Very shameful for us. I in that day I didn't sleep well because I was thinking, oh my God, we just got Julian Weigl and he only say good things about us. What the other countries and other fans of Julian Weigl will think about us?
Oh yeah,
it's that simple.
Yeah,
we are not violent. We're not violent people. We have the most secure country in the world, and we have this stuff that, you know.
And it's not Portuguese culture, because I think of you guys as always being such prideful people, and it's like to see something like that. I just hope that people knew that this was a one-off type of occurrence. I mean, yeah, I know it happened last year with Sporting, but I don't think of that as Portuguese related. Ultras. Yeah, I don't think of that as related. So I don't know what the effect was. I mean, I know Harris saw the video. I know I saw, but it was disturbing, but it wasn't something that I considered to be typical of Portuguese football. And it was embarrassing and it was wrong, but it's not typical, you know. So it was just a tough situation, especially for you guys being a supporter. You're expecting great things, you know. Maybe getting Julian Weigl, you guys are thinking, hey, maybe this is the first step. Going to start spending money
or something bigger,
you know, getting something big. And there's hope, there's expectations, and then something like this, it's an obstacle you have to overcome. And it's also, you know, one thing I'm wondering is how you guys even react to it. Did you have fan groups and everybody was saying, hey, this was wrong? You know, because I'm sure it had a lot of media attention in Portugal. I'm sure people were talking about it and it was an issue.
it it was a bit messy in that time. We our groups, it's like no face no name. Our group is no name boys. We have no name, no face, and it was said in that time that was a extreme party of the group that attacked the bus. And then in that day we had some players' houses that were graffitied, you know, like Busy go out, Rafa go out, Bruno Lage go out, you son of some bad stuff. And that was very bad for the morale, our togetherness as a one group. We don't like to separate ourselves to one group or ultras group, and then we are like a family. We were one together, you know. We represent ourselves like we talk. We are like brothers all. Some old guy, some young kid. We all the same, one family, and we all in the social media and speaking with each other. We all were very disgusted with the acts. We don't like that here, and the image that I spoke, it's not very good. That the image that go out of us, we like to have a good image outside because we are good guys, and you know, we are good guys that don't like to be pushed and you know, I don't know the word, but you know, if you go a fight with us, we were not saying, no, we're not that kind of guys, but we are Pacific guys. If you come nicely to us, we are very nice to you, and we offer you food and drinks. Oh, well, drink a beer with us.
Yeah.
We are that
Yeah,
kind of people, good guys.
no, that's great, and I'm sure that will remain for the fans and the players and everyone to know that that's what Portugal is all about, Benfica is all about, and those are just outliers, accident that happened. So, Rui, you know, you told us the election is coming in October. So, what are your expectations for Benfica in the future? You know, at least what do you think? What are you hoping, and what do you think can really happen?
What I hope very, 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 very much is that our current president got kicked out. We can't stand him anymore. He doesn't have
You
a
don't like
clear.
Vieira anymore?
Not anymore. I was not like a big supporter of him. I was just calling with him, supporting him as a president, as long as he does a good job, you know. And currently, he doesn't have a project. And the bigger example that I can have to you is in 2014-15, when Jorge Jesus was fired, and we got all that mess. We got him on the a law. You know, we put him on. I don't say the word in English. Tribunal.
Oh, trivial.
Yes,
Trial.
a trial, on trial. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
of putting the guilt on Jorge Jesus and making him pay us 15 million euros. And I don't know how that got up, but in that time, Vieira said, Jesus has not the ideal for the club. He doesn't have a project, and he's out because we won all that year. He was on high. and saying no, I know football. I say who plays and I sell who I want, and we have a word here, our estrutura. It's like it's the structural staff behind the coach. It's all the stuff of football that is behind our coach, like spotting players, managing, financing. You know, like Rui Costa is part of our structural, stuff, our structural staff behind.
Really, Rui Costa is part of the structural staff.
Yes, but
That's great.
he now don't have the role that he is supposed to have. He's I don't know. It's sad. It's the financial president, but he doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah,
He should be our sporting director.
I agree. I
Uh,
agree.
like was in 2010 when he bring us Saviola, Pablo Aimar,
Pablo
that
Aimar,
good guys,
Javier.
and then he
And Di
was
Maria too, right? Di Maria was there too, I think.
yes, Di Maria and David Luiz, Javi
Yeah, David Luiz.
Garcia.
Yeah,
It
yep,
was
yep.
a good squad, and we got all poor and poor on mentality, and the president, it's I don't like to use this word, but more and more is a dictator. He is more and more a dictator. We have some houses around the country that are from Benfica, and now that houses have votes to the elections. One example. I can be the owner, or it's not the owner. I just managing the house, like Porto House of Benfica, and I'm there managing that. And as a president of that house, I have a vote because I'm linked with the club, and then the house, like the structural house, has 50 votes. It's
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
We have
that's crazy.
We have a TV channel, BTV, Benfica TV, that it's linked with the club, was formed with the club, and Vieri is so scared that he declared that Benfica TV will not show any information of the elections, any information. He doesn't accept debates, debates. When the debates, what you think of a president like that doesn't have a project, that it's a dictatorship. We want to get him out and bring a new one that's a Benfica supporter, because Vieira in the past was very friendly with Pinto Costa, Porto president, and that says all.
I agree, and you're looking at these issues, and so the club's trying to balance everything, right? The club's still trying to compete. They're still trying to compete in both Champions League and Primeira Liga and all this. And I mean, obviously it's a distraction, but what do you guys do? I mean, what do you do, I guess, going forward? And how important is this decision going to be for the club's Champions League future, both next year and going forward? Knowing that the league basically is already kind of guaranteed, more or less, between you and Porto. how is this going to affect it, and what do you expect is going to happen going forward with the Champions League? That is.
I think till October, we have to support our team, you know. And I think our manager, Jorge Jesus, will have a strong word on the players to focus only on the game. And I think till October, we can manage all the results and all the stuff around the elections. I think till October it's like just waiting, just trying to keep all together, and I hope the arrival of a new president. I have one in my mind, but I don't like to say names because everyone has everyone has to think by themselves to elect the president they want. But I'm hoping that the next president can bring our glory back, bring our best performance home in Portugal and away in the Champions League or Europa League if we got down. But we have to start having good results. We have to, if we don't have the best result, like losing games, we have to pass a good image of good football. I think it's the beginning of the new transformation. And I didn't like the coming of Jorge Jesus, but it's that kind of guy we need to be tough on the players and forcing them to all the time playing good to bring the best game, you know, like the example of Leeds of Marcelo Bielsa, that it's all the time on the players, forcing them to press high and play good and score more goals. And we are a team that is offensive. We have to have a good game, a good mentality, and pass a good image. And then when we have our stability, our players, we have to have better marks in Europe with better players, better marks. And now our president just invests when it's election years. We had an year. It's the Penta year, the fifth championship, and he invested 10 millions. And now it's election year. You know how much he spent? 20 on Julian Weigl, 20 on Pedrinho, 20 on Everton Cebolinha, and bringing Cavani. We don't know, but I'm hoping that he comes to our club. You know how much money we are spending now just to be elected. And selecting Jorge Jesus was a double action, because in that time we didn't have a new, I don't know, but it's a new guy proposing to the presidency. That time we only had 3 guys, and the main rival that time, he is anti Jorge Jesus. So he bring him to the club. It's a double action to Rui Gomes da Silva not being elected, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think those are very good points. So, Rui,
I don't know if the question was correct answered to Patrick.
Yeah, it's just I'm more so just wondering, obviously with all the players that have been purchased, is that trying to set you up just to get reelected, or will these acquisitions not help you in the Champions League? Because frankly, Porto has performed quite well recently in the Champions League, and you have the ability, but I'm just wondering what the expectation is for you personally. Do you think quarterfinals, something like that, or what's your expectation realistically?
Realistic. Every year when we start the season, it's like I want one the Champions League, one the Liga, but I know it's very hard, and the gap between the bigger clubs in Europe, it's higher to us. Right now, with our last result in the Champions League, I think going past the knockout stage, it's a good mark. Seeing how the club is, how poor in result is, I think our best realistic objective in the Champions League has to be passing knockout stage, first or second, but we have to pass. And with the budget spent on this summer market, we have to pass it, and then in the knockout stage, we have to do our best. We can play with a squad like Zenit or I don't know, Besiktas. They are nothing compared to us, and I'm not saying bad to that clubs. I respect them, but with our past, we have to beat that teams. We have to beat them, and best a good image in Europe. I think it's the best object this year. We have to have attractive kind of football and impress the Europe of football. I think it's the best realistic object we have right now, for me.
No, it's good. It makes sense. We're hoping all the best for Benfica to come back to your past glories. But to finish, Rui, I wanted to get, for the next 2 minutes, what's your opinion on the Champions League being played in Champions League quarterfinals being played in Portugal, right? And especially, I think there's the first game is Atalanta against Paris Saint-Germain at El Estadio de la Luz, the stadium of Benfica. What do you think that's doing for Portugal overall, as giving you maybe more audiences to watch the leagues, even if no Portugal teams is still remaining, but what do you think does that do to you? And do you think that will help in the long term, promote even more the La Primera Liga in the world?
I think, and this is any side thinking. I think in all the world, you guys think of us as a good country in hospitality, and we have a good image organizing stuff. Like we had in 2014 the final, Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid, and we all get good vibes from the players and the supporters. Just like I said before, we are a country of friends of the foreigners, and I think the Champions League being in Portugal, it's a very good promoting us as a country. Our league, I don't think it's going to be promoted, and it's so weak that I don't know. No one that sees Arsenal, Chelsea every weekend is going to want to see like a Tondela Portimonense game here in Portugal. It's not realistic. But as a country, and in this time, we can't have supporters on the stadium. But the image that we will try to to pass to you is we are a secure country, and trying to have more people to come here and seeing, oh, this is good, this is a good country, we have good stadiums, not so good teams, but good stadiums, and we will try to give to you the best image of us.
I actually agree. I was actually just over there in October. I went, and my friend, I was in Lisbon actually, Nate. And you guys treated us really well, and it was excellent. And actually, you mentioned drinking beer. We were actually drinking beer. I was with my friend, and he was like, as soon as I got off, he was like, "Come, we'll drink a coffee, eat some food, and then later let's drink some beers." So
I can see on your eyes and your smile. We have good beer, good coffee, good food. Not so good football, but good stadiums.
Yeah. The beach is nice too, you know.
The beach a nice. Little bit cold, the water, but you know.
Oh man, I live in Arizona now, so every time I go to California, I can tell you the Pacific Ocean is very cold as well. So
okay.
I can relate.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
No, I think we're not all. It's not only here. Okay.
No, not only here. Yeah, you come to the West Coast, go to the beach in California. It's cold, but it's nice. I like it. I don't mind it. Yeah. But Rui, thank you very, very much. Obrigado, like you guys say in Portuguese.
Obrigado.
You know, thank you for jumping on the podcast with us to talk about Benfica, you know, the leagues, and also your expectation for the future of Benfica. You know, I hope for me that Benfica come back to their glory in the past. I remember the time of Luizao, you know, Saviola, as you said, but especially Simao, you know, Oscar Cardoso, you know, all those guys, man. Like I was a big fan, man. Like when Di Maria was playing there too, so I used to watch the Primera Liga a little bit, so it's good. So hopefully you won't lose against Toledo. No, you won't draw against Toledo or lose against Maritimo, you know.
We have to win. Thank you.
For sure.
I hope we can improve our image outside, and then we get more people from United States, from England, Spain to here to see our games and watching on TV good games, Benfica winning important Sporting. I just want to pass the good image to you all of good football. It's the most important thing right now.
Agreed.
Especially during this time. Patrick, a word of a concluding word from you?
I would like to thank both of you guys for joining us on another episode. Thank you, Rui, for explaining a little bit more. Thank you for just chatting, being able to joke around, chat about, you know, Portuguese football and Benfica, an extraordinary club, and just giving us a little bit of insight about something we don't usually get to chat. And it was an absolute pleasure. We really appreciate having you on, and we thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anytime we can repeat.
Exactly. Especially when Benfica start winning again, and then you have a new president, maybe. You know.
Yes,
so,
I hope.
So we'll do it again and see how far you've gone, and see if Benfica is playing to your expectation now. Yeah. But viva Portugal, eh?
Viva Portugal. Promise you, both of you, that both of you will see a game of Benfica, Champions League, or our first game. Just promise me. I think this year will be the year.
I hope so.
We will.
I'm trying to go next year, actually. We'll see.
We'll see. Reach me. We can try to meet if you come here, and don't sell your T-shirt It's your big asset.
I gotta
You
keep
hear
it.
that,
This
Patrick?
is too
Don't
rare.
sell it. Keep it.
It's too rare. This
Too
is in the
rare.
collection.
You only can
Nice.
update that shirt. You only can update, not
Only
sell.
this. I need to get 10 more
That's what
and
he
just
said.
Okay.
You
start
gotta
my
upgrade.
collection.
You gotta get a 2021 jersey. You know.
Yeah, I
This
do.
year's shirt, I don't like it. It's a bit messy and all. We think it's all with olive, you know, all the symbol. We don't
Yeah.
like
Oh
it.
yeah, it's odd.
It's
Yeah.
this year I don't like it. I'm keeping this shirt of last
For
year
next year.
and and see if it pushed the team up.
Nice. He will. He will.
Absolutely. Well,
To our fans, for Football Podcast fans, thanks for listening to us on this episode with Benfica, with our friend Rui, a big fan of Benfica who's joined us all the way from Portugal. So we thank you. We hope you enjoy our podcast. Stay tuned. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Ah, phew, man, dude. I was about to tell you guys, I was like, my phone's about to